On the call alongside with Spencer Tracy.
Oh, they have a cool graphic.
Oh yeah. There's a sick. Yeah.
Too bad we kicked their ass. We did? The Seagulls. Seagulls. It was Taiwan Seagulls. Alright, let's wait for this to pop up first.
Okay. Okay, I see. I got the notification that we're live, so it's good.
Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2.
All right, we're good. Yeah. All right. And we come to you live from Baylands Park here in Palo Alto as we are 24 hours removed from a 9-7 victory for the Menlo Park Legends as they are running it back tonight against the boys from Wine Country as they'll be welcoming the visiting Sonoma Stompers as we bring you live coverage here on this Thursday evening on the Menlo Park Legends live stream network. And hello, everybody. Welcome back to the broadcast booth. It's Philip Hall on the call alongside my partner, Spencer Tracy. Spencer, we saw what was the missing ingredient from last night with the offensive output that the Legends have, but what are they going to have to do tonight to slow down the Stompers?
Yeah, well, I think they got to keep pedal on the metal offensively. They did a great job. They were down early, but they responded with 2 back-to-back great innings in the second and the third inning, giving themselves a really nice cushion. I believe it was a 5-2 cushion early in that game, which really allowed their pitching to settle in towards the end of the game. And despite Seagulls kind of chipping away at their deficit, they were still able to hold off and make plays. And you got to credit the situational hitting and the defense and the pitching. It was a team win last night, and that's what we're going to have to do against a good Stompers team.
Yeah, Oliver Hogan was the benefactor, having that 2-for-3 performance with a double and driving in 2 RBIs, also having 2 runs scored himself. We're going to see how the Legends will favor against the Stompers team, who they have seen last time out. But before we go any further, we'll give you the starting lineup for the Sonoma Stompers, as leading off will be Trent Keys, who will be playing first base. Tino Vassell batting second at second base. Hunter Carlson, the designated hitter, hits third. Mike Jones in left field hitting cleanup. Mateo Heredia at third base, batting fifth. Connor Johnston in center field, hitting sixth. Angel Garcia will bat seventh at catcher. Nick Sebastiani, the right fielder, hitting eighth. And Kays DeRamalur at shortstop will round out the order at 9. And this is going to be Vinny Braga on the mound for Menlo Park, as Vinny is hoping to have a good outing against a Stompers lineup team that can hit the ball pretty well. Here's the first pitch of the ball game, just a little bit outside for ball 1. We're at a little bit of a later start here. First pitch at 6:23. Of course, that's vying some World Cup traffic, as the Paraguay-Australia match is happening about 15 minutes down the road from us at Levi Stadium tonight. There's strike 1 in from Braga to Trent Keys.
That's a problem for the future for us, Philip, and everyone here.
Yeah, there's 2 more scheduled World Cup matches supposed to take place here in the Bay Area over the next 2 weeks. Of course, the Paraguay-Australia one tonight. And next week, Team USA will be coming out this way for the round of 32 matchup. It kind of makes everybody's lives easier. I'd say that sarcastically if you're a constant commuter here in the Bay Area.
Well, I would say it's a pretty commute-heavy area. A lot of commuters.
Swing and a miss, as that's the first out of the ball game. Vinny Braga starting off well out the gate. Here's the defensive alignment for the Legends. Ethan Mooser in left, Mason Griffin in center field, Aaron Lewis in right field, Eric Altmark at shortstop, Joaquin Stewart at third base, Ryder Kelly playing second base, Oliver Hogan at first base. And the only change on defense tonight will be Will Robbins, who is starting at catcher behind the plate. Here comes Tino Vassell, San Francisco Don. They'll look at strike 1.
Pretty similar defensive alignment from last night's win, which I think Cincinnati really liked the product that he got from his defense last night. A lot of great plays in the outfield, cutting balls off, keeping balls from escaping that infield dirt. You got some fresh legs behind the dish in Will Robbins tonight, though, who didn't play last night, but he's in the squat tonight. Great defender that we've seen in year 2.
Another strikeout goes for Braga. 2 Ks in a row to open up the night. Where's the story with Vinny Braga? It's a pitcher at Santa Clara, where some former Legends players play now. Will Anderson, James Bose playing there. And also Deuce Filter, who's the son of the Santa Clara head coach, Rusty Filter. Here comes Hunter Carlson. Swings at the first pitch, flied out to center field. Griffin going back on it. It gets over his head and hits off the wall. Carlson, big turn at second. Throw gets hurried back into the infield. The Carlson will settle for 2.
Now batting for the Stompers. Left fielder number 37, Mike Jones.
Yeah, Griffin got a good jump on it. He did as much as he could there. Honestly, may have had too good of a jump. He overran it a bit after it ricocheted off the fence.
Hunter Carlson coming into today. He's 3rd in the CCL in RBI, so he's been driving in a fair number of runs for the Stompers. Stompers are 8-9 coming into tonight, dropping a few. One of those recent losses actually came against the Legends when the Legends went up to Sonoma late last week. Here comes Mike Jones, recent addition for the Stompers. JUCO product from Arizona, Tucson to be exact. Fouls off the 0-1 pitch. And Jones attended Pima Community College and is now committed to continue his collegiate career at San Francisco. Called strike 3 on the corner. How about Vinny Braga? All of his outs coming by way of the strikeout in the first inning, as that's going to get some momentum going for Menlo Park as they will come up to hit for their first ups on the night. Getting things going here at Baylands Park. We'll be back here on the Menlo Park Legends live stream network. Legends coming up to the plate for the first time tonight. Starting lineup goes like this: 1 through 9 by Nick Sanzeri. Mason Griffin in center field will lead off. Ryder Kelly hitting second at second base. Ryan Duran back in the DH spot hitting third. Oliver Hogan at first base hits cleanup. Aaron Lewis in right field hitting fifth. Eric Altmark at short batting sixth. Ethan Mooser in the seventh hole at left field. Joaquin Stewart at third base batting eighth. And Will Robbins will round out the order in the 9 hole at catcher. On the mound for the Stompers tonight is going to be Tabor Fast. Started out his collegiate career at Texas Tech, but was a recent transfer to Washington State, as he is from Washington State. First pitch in the Griffin, misses for ball 1. Sir, for Zach Pace, he's hoping that Tabor Fast can live up to his name, try to work fast against this Legends lineup that was able to find a groove last night against the Seagulls. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, the offense was a spark plug last night, and a lot of it was due to their abilities to hit left-handed pitching. A couple of their rallies were because of guys like Griffin, Altmark, Lewis, Mooser, all in the lineup tonight, hit back-to-back. And they were able to produce multiple run innings, put a crooked number on that scoreboard, despite facing that lefty-lefty matchup, giving the pitcher the advantage. But they seem very comfortable, so a lot of confidence for these bats.
For Tabor Fast, he had a grandfather that pitched in pro ball, Darcy Fast, who pitched for the Chicago Cubs organization. Swing and a miss on a nice pitch there by Fast. One away. The defensive alignment for the Stompers goes like this. Michael Jones in left field. Connor Johnson playing center. Nick Sebastiani in right field. Kays Duran Malur at short. Mateo Heredia playing third. Tino Vassell at second base. Trent Keys playing first base. And Angel Garcia in the squat at catcher. Out to the plate is going to be Red Bottoms, Ryder Kelly. Trying to turn things around for him. Last night, went 0 for 2 at the plate. Did reach on a walk and had a run score with stolen base. The 1-0 pitch. That one hits the zone for strike one.
Yeah, and for the Stompers tonight, this is a team that's kind of trying to get back on the right foot. They've really struggled on the road. They're just 1-5 this season on the road. So they're still getting their bearings, wearing the grays. But this is a really good team. This is a really good team, and they've got a great arm on the bump tonight. And a really forgetful night last night against the Crawdads. Losing 8-2, but 5 mistakes is just uncharacteristic for Sonoma, and so it just wasn't their cleanest game. But that's why you play multiple days. It's every game of baseball is a new day, Philip. So definitely don't be sleeping on the Sonoma Stompers tonight.
Absolutely, as when the Legends went up to the North Bay to see the Stompers at Arnold Field, they split a 2-game set against them, where the Legends won the first game 11-7, the Stompers won the first game 11-7, but the Legends dropped the second 3-2. This line down the left field line, but foul. For the Stompers, getting that first win in a high-scoring game, 11-7, but the Legends, getting them back in the 3-2 win like last Saturday. It was really done by the man that got penciled into the lineup tonight, and Will Robbins, who hit the go-ahead home run in that game.
Yeah, Robbins hitting that 9 spot tonight. We saw Bateman, also a catcher, last night hit that 9 spot. And he was brilliant with a couple hits with 2 outs as well, setting up for the top of the order. And Robbins with a chance to do that, just that same thing with some power too, getting some extra base help maybe.
Payoff pitch misses inside. Ryder Kelly will get on with the walk. A bit dangerous there for the Legends, where they do have some speed now with a good hitter coming up in Ryan Duran.
Yeah, well, the one time he reached base last night was via the walk, and it turned into a double because it didn't take him long to find second base and put himself in scoring position. And with a guy as hot as Ryan Duran at the plate right now, you really don't need Kelly to be at second to be a scoring threat.
Kelly taking off, and he's going to be in standing up, as Garcia wasn't able to grasp the pitch firmly to try to throw him out. Not much of a chance for him with the jump that Kelly had at first.
And it gets tricky against the left-handers. We saw the Legends going a lot on just the first move, being vulnerable to a pickoff, just trying to beat a throw, but going straight to the plate, not wasting any time. Good job by Kelly.
Duran smokes it in the gap in right center field, and that one is going to get to the wall. Kelly will score easily. Ryan Duran hits the brakes at second, but leaves off to where he left off last night as he drives in the first run of the ball game, giving the Legends the 1-0 lead in the first.
Picture perfect approach against the left-handed hitter or left-handed pitcher throwing a fastball. Let it get deep and just use right field as your target. Try to hit a line drive right at the second baseman, and with the power he gets over it, and just an automatic easy double right off the bat. Stay hot, Ryan Duran.
Yeah, the NAIA product out of Westcliff University, where he was top 5 this year in the NAIA leaderboards when it came to batting average, with a 400-plus clip at the plate. Now here's Oliver Hogan, who was last night's player of the game with the 2-for-3 performance, driving in 2 RBIs. Lays out the first pitch outside.
Had an opportunity to add to his home run totals last night, but just missed it by a couple feet. Smoking one, almost taking the fence down with it.
Yeah, that double he hit.
Yeah. We all thought it was out here.
I don't know. Maybe Oliver Hogan got up early this morning and hit a few squats in the on the rack, trying to get more muscle in those legs in that lower half.
Yeah, we talked to him after the game, and he mentioned he got some heat from his teammates for skipping one leg day. Maybe he's circling the bases if he hits it, but yeah, definitely some extra motivation this morning.
A little bit of conversation between pitcher and catcher. It's a battery matchup tonight with Angel Garcia and Tabor Fast trying to figure things out here. Fast behind 2-0 against Hogan. Big rip there, but it's a foul ball.
Yeah, usually after those quick chats, mound visits, pitching changes, usually that first pitch is going to be a pretty good one.
Now Hogan working ahead. Was late there, sends it down the right field line. See if you look like the Legends bullpen. Just a little bit out there, in the shade, kind of like they're at a kickback or something.
Yeah, they're not. They're pretty vulnerable to any foul ball hit down that first baseline.
Hogan pops this one up over on the first base side. Sticking with it there is Keys. He'll make the play. 2 gone.
We've seen a lot of players have trouble with those infield foul ball pop-ups. We saw a couple last night. The first baseman for the Seagulls overrunning a pop fly in foul territory, and we saw just there Trent Keys went a little too far before coming back. You mentioned is a little bit of like a raise in the grass, just like a couple steps before he hit that foul line. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it, but maybe how much foul territory there is. We've compared this to the Coliseum in a way.
It's going to be Aaron Lewis coming up here. Ooh. Not wasting any time. Fouls off the first pitch. Also, shout out to the Legends roster, by the way. We had some technical difficulties before the game with the national anthem, but in the spirit of the World Cup, I guess you could say, the Legends were there on the baseline singing the national anthem a cappella.
Yeah, really cool moment. We couldn't hear it for a second, but once you got quiet enough, you could definitely hear both teams were into it, even the umpires as well. It was a cool moment at this park.
I'm sure Team USA would be very proud.
Yes.
We might need to get a Bolligan and the rest of the guys to come out here before they get ready for their round of 32 match when they come here to the Bay next week. Lewis got jammed there, pops it over to second. Making the catch is Vassell, inning over. One run across for the Legends off of the RBI double from Ryan Duran, so they draw first blood to close out the first frame. We'll go to the second frame, 1-0 Menlo Park in front.
the Stompers. 49. Third baseman number 49, Mateo Heredia.
We're in the top of the second, where the Legends were able to get out first. 1-0 on the RBI double from Ryan Duran. Teaming to hit the ball very well. He gives Vinny Braga a good start. Mateo Heredia swing and a miss off of the sweeper from Braga.
Getting him to pull the strings. Heredia was thinking fastball there. He was out in front. Well executed pitch.
Tried to hit it inside there, but couldn't do it. Count goes to 1-1 here. Like Braga's just been unhittable with the off-speed stuff so far.
Yeah, Heredia late on the fastball, out in front of the changeup. All three pitches inside. He can kind of go anywhere he wants here.
1-2, fouled off at the plate.
Heredia is coming off a hot bat despite the loss last night in Walnut Creek. He was a bright spot for the Stompers, going 3 for 4 against the Crawdads. Had 3 of the team's 5 hits.
Well, he's about to get ready to see some D1 ball as he's committed to go to Cal State Northridge. After wrapping up a solid JUCO career at Cerritos College, as he does so from SoCal by way of El Segundo. Hometown of Hall of Famer George Brett. Missed away, now count at 2-2. Well, it's rolled to third, but it's going to roll just left of the baseline. Good battle here by Heredia. Now you can just already see how in the zone Braga is after that first inning we saw, getting 3 strikeouts, only giving up the 1 hit.
Yeah, well, he started this game off striking out Keys and Vassell. Really getting a feel for the zone. A little bit different of a zone from last night, which I'm sure Braga appreciates.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. There's number 4 for Braga.
Yeah, well, he started that at bat with that slider inside, and Heredia was out in front. And after fouling off a couple, and then a slow walk back to the plate, yeah, and Heredia's breaking down the movement to Angel Garcia, who's on deck.
Opens up the door for Connor Johnston.
He came in as a pinch runner last time he was here at Baylands Park for the Stompers late in the game.
First pitch, ground ball to second. Kelly plays back on it. Gets to throw off the first. There's 2 gone.
One pitch out. Pitchers love those.
And also, Braga trying to get the infield a little bit active. Right, saying, hey, I can't get all these guys at the plate. I need some help tonight. Here's Angel Garcia up to hit now.
Yeah, defense been playing straight up for Sanzeri behind Braga, pretty much through the first 7 guys of the Stompers lineup.
Strike 1 into Garcia. You know, like many of the players we saw last night with the San Francisco Seagulls, Andrew Garcia coming from Coppin State. He was born in Miami, however. Braga going with the fastball that time. count now at 0-2.
Yeah, he's just making it tough to kind of sit on one pitch right now for these Stompers players. I mean, he's throwing the slider. He's proven he can throw his slider effectively on both sides of the plate as well as the fastball. So you really don't know where Braga's going to live at the plate. He's just been attacking everywhere. It's just made him so hard to hit this first time through.
It's just a little high. 1-2.
It's a great 0-2 pitch. You just want to make – it doesn't have to be in the zone because you're ahead, but you just want to make sure Garcia's thinking about it.
Stompers did take batting practice before the game, despite them getting late here due to, as mentioned, the World Cup traffic. Call strike 3, but it was off the glove of Robbins. Has time to make the throw, and he'll complete it. 5 Ks for Vincent Braga through 2, as he is locked in right now, maintaining the 1-0 lead. We'll take a break. When we come back, it'll be Altmark, Mooser, and Stewart due up for the Legends. One nothing for the Legends over the Sonoma Stompers, now in the bottom of the second. As Eric Altmark comes up to the plate, give you some scores around the CCL tonight. Action in the South and North Division. As right now in the top of the ninth, the Conejo Oaks up 7-6 against the San Diego Waves. Also across the bay, the Seagulls trying to get a lick back on somebody in the north, that team being the Walnut Creek Crawdads, as they're up 6-5, that game in the bottom of the eighth out in Danville. Ball one into Altmark. Also you have the San Luis Obispo Blues on the road in Santa Barbara, up 3-1 against the Foresters in the top of the eighth. Orange County Riptide ahead against the Academy Barons, 2-0. Ground ball to short. Romalur will get the out to begin the inning. Yeah, that's our Thursday night slate in the CCL tonight. That's going to be Ethan Mooser up to hit now. Saw a nice defensive play made by Mooser last night, Spencer.
Yeah, he made sure to use his bat and glove last game.
1-0, lifted to center on doing a little bit of a sidestep. On his way back is Johnston, but he'll make the play.
Man, talk about backspin. That one just kept going. He pieced that.
Third baseman, number 2, Joaquin Stewart.
Now it's going to be Joaquin Stewart up to hit. Let's be the first to say congratulations to Joaquin Stewart as he announced his commitment as he's going to be going to Seattle University at the start of next season to continue his collegiate career.
For him, that's a special moment.
And he becomes the fourth legend this summer to commit to either a new school coming from a JC or a new school coming from the transfer portal. Say no on the appeal at first.
And that's something Cinzeri really takes pride of and is probably a big calling card when recruiting his roster each summer, preparing for the CCL season, is he's got a really good track record of developing pitching, sure, being his specialty, but just players as well, getting a good coaching staff behind him, getting his guys opportunities to play. You know, last game he had his 9 guys play the first half and 9 more play the second half. Like, you're going to get opportunities in this Legends green jersey, and you're going to be able to put numbers on tape, and he knows how to set guys up for success. So it's a testament to the players working hard and doing the most with their opportunities in these summers, so playing summer ball, but also just the recruitment job and the coaching development that Cinzeri brings to the table.
And Joaquin Stewart will be playing in the West Coast Conference as Seattle still fresh into their West Coast Conference era. Pop up out in the shallow right. Running over is the second baseman, Vassell. He'll make the catch to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down go the Legends as Saberfast has a cleaner inning this time around, keeping this a 1-run ball game as we go to the third. Legends 1-0 here in Palo Alto.
Right fielder number 6, Nick Sebastiani.
Nick Sebastiani, the eighth hitter for Sonoma, will lead off the top of the third, hoping to get something going. But so far, Spencer, Vinny Braga has been untouchable.
Yeah, and it's just been his approach with his stuff. He's done a great job of mixing up inside, outside, off speed, and to prove to each hitter and throughout their plate appearance that he can locate each pitch, just kind of adds more to the mind and the approach of, you know, what am I going to sit on? What am I going to expect? And it makes it just, I mean, hitting's difficult just point blank, but it just makes it so much harder when you have a pitcher who can deliver all of his pitches at any given time, any count.
1-1, lifted to left field, and running in on it is Mooser, not able to get to it in time. It falls in for a base hit.
A really good job there by Braga, still just missing barrels, but good job by Sebastiani to just put it in play, change it up, because he's been getting the guys out himself. He's got 5 Ks through the first 2 innings of work, which tops his last appearance, which came against the Stompers, who threw 3 innings of just 1-run ball, 3 hits, but just the 1 strikeout. He's looked like a different guy on the bump tonight.
And it hasn't even been through the first round of the lineup yet, getting those 5 Ks. Here's Case DeRamalur. So look at ball 1 high.
You have to wonder, only going 3 innings last night obviously proved that he's worth going to the fourth inning. So you have to wonder if it was a pitch count decision, or is that the number that they want him to stay at, or are they gradually increasing it throughout the season?
Yeah, hit and run was on there. Ron Miller able to send in the right center as that will advance Sebastiani to third. Solid execution there by the 9-hitter for Sonoma. And, we talk about the danger that these bottom of the orders from teams in the CCL can have.
Yeah, the difficulty is one thing, but the importance is speaking for itself right now. Right now, a great example. No outs. You got Trent Keys, one of the Stompers' best hitters, with nobody out, 2 guys on. A fly ball does it. You really set the table to put up a crooked number.
First pitch to Keys outside, as he was one of the first 5 strikeout victims for the Stompers tonight against Braga.
Also the first time that they're seeing Braga face some stress here.
Braga going inside there, but able to hit the paint. Trent Keys, highest batting average for the Stompers, hitting .298 coming into this one. Swings and sends it foul into the parking lot.
Good job of getting ahead here. I can settle in with your best pitch. Go off speed, try and get a ground ball, minimize the damage, go for the strikeout.
1-2, swung on and miss. Braga with now 6 Ks as he's able to get Keys twice tonight.
Now batting for the Stompers. Second baseman, number 21, Tino Vassell.
Big time response after the first 2 hits to start this inning. Dialing back in with the strikeout, big time. Job's not finished, though.
Yeah, top of the order's been struggling as Tino Vassell, who's one of the offensive leaders for the Stompers, now comes up. Rolls over the first pitch, but it goes foul. Vassell, he leads the team in hits. He's also tied second in the CCL in both home runs with 3 and extra base hits with 8. But he is a free swinger. He does lead the team in strikeouts with 20. Make it 21 with the one he had in the first inning.
Yeah, definitely on Cinzeri's scouting report, too, as from left to right, Mooser, Griffin, and Lewis being respectful with their distance in the outfield.
The 1-1. Missed in. Goes to 2-1 now.
Good job coming set there, too, by Braga for just a couple extra seconds. You really want to try your best to keep Durama Lair? Is that right, Phil? Durama Lur at first base. Keep that double play open.
Oh, Braga doesn't get that one.
I thought he deserved that. That's a really good pitch. Good miss, regardless.
Vassell ahead at 3-1 here. Fly ball, but hit foul. Vinny Braga trying to battle back here against Tino Vassell. He's hoping to be an impact player when he goes back to San Francisco, back on the hilltop for next season. Was lined out to center field. Oh, and Griffin misplays it as it goes all the way to the center field wall. This should score everybody as Vassell going for third. He'll slide in safely with a 2 RBI triple. Mason Griffin just had a bad read off of the bat by Tino Vassell, and just like that, the Stompers jump in front 2-1.
Designated hitter number 52, Hunter Carlson.
Well, 1 out, full count. You want to eliminate the double play, so you kind of expected Durama Lur to to turn on the Jets, but he didn't even need to. He could have scored easily with how much that one was a frozen rope right over Griffin's head. That first step in kind of hurts, but I think Vassell got all of that. I don't think Griffin had a chance at it, and he used his legs to stretch it out to a triple. Excellent job recognizing the play was in front of him. He can make his own call on whether or not he can make it to third or hold on the brakes. So great job by Vassell.
Braga, who started out this game with the 5Ks, like first time through the order for Stompers, now having to stop the bleeding here. Hunter Carlson delivered with the first hit of the ball game with a double the last time up. Smokes another one to center field. Griffin can't get it this time. Once again, hits off the wall, as that will allow Vassell to come in to score, as it's an RBI double for Carlson. 2 doubles hit for the designated hitter for Sonoma.
Now back for the Stompers.
And you can start to see the change of approach and just change right now through the second time through the order. I mean, Vassell, completely different at bat after the strikeout in the first inning. Laces one to center, and then same thing with Carlson. Just kind of waiting back, just trying to cut the field in half, make it easy, cut the plate in half, take anything on the outside of the plate, drive it up the middle, 2 lefties to left center field. Good hitting by the Stompers.
Pops up the first pitch. Mike Jones over at third base. Stewart will make the catch. That was 2 away. Yeah, we're seeing some hard hit balls this time around by the Stompers, as Hunter Carlson, the rising junior from Georgia State, able to make it a 3-1 ball game here.
And you got Heredia, who did strike out to begin the second inning, but just a hot bat in this middle of the order.
Braga starts him off with a first pitch slider there. Braga's pitch count has reached into the low 40s. Can't hit the inside corner that time. Yeah, but even with the 6 strikeouts, the Stompers have been able to get 5 hits off of him in these first 3 innings of work. He's ahead against Heredia, trying to get him again.
You wonder if might be a bullpen game the rest of the way. Just given Braga typically doesn't go deep into games.
2-2 bounce to the mound. Braga will play it himself. That will retire the side. The Stompers able to wake up the bats as they bring across 3 on 4 hits that inning, as they jump in front 3-1, as we'll go to the 4th with the Legends with some work to do, with Robbins, Griffin, and Kelly due up when we come back.
certain point you said you have no life.
The Stompers able to get 3 across in the top half of the third to take a 3-1 lead as the Legends have to work their way to get the lead back. This is going to be Will Robbins to lead off. Now, this being June 25th, I always like to do a This Day in Baseball History, and you might like this one, Spencer, since you being a Giants fan and all. It was on this day in 2014 as Robbins puts down the bunt, but it goes foul. It was on this day in 2014 when big game Tim Lincecum threw his second no-hitter against the Padres as he no-hit San Diego 4-0, becoming only the second pitcher after Addy Joss to throw 2 no-hitters against the same franchise. What do you think of that?
It's just a special player that a lot of people, unfortunately, will say they took for granted, especially in times like this. You miss an arm like that. I mean, it's been a long time since you've had a player win is the last Giant to win the Cy Young, but to win like a special award like that is really cool. And those moments kind of remind you of that kind of team, right? You had Buster Posey at first record the out. I believe it was a ground ball to like Joe Panic.
Robbins sends it right back to Fast, right off his body. This is going to be an infield single.
But yeah, then you celebrate with the team. Like Hector Sanchez caught that game. You know, you'd think like, oh, it was probably Posey. He caught the first one. Like, I think that's one of the coolest parts of moments like that is it brings you back to the greatness of the player, but also kind of that time in the team, you know, and it's really cool.
Yeah, Tim Lincecum was one of my favorites. Of course, he was on those 3 World Series teams, 2010, 2012, 2014 for San Francisco. Pitched in some big games, but, you know, first he started off as the Freak, and he became Big Game Tim. Or Big Game Timmy. I don't know.
I think I'd say the Freak is probably more famous, but yeah, Big Game Tim.
Yeah.
Pitched in a lot of huge games as a starter, and also out of the bullpen too. He had towards that second World Series team, he kind of struggled as a starter. Bochy being the legend skipper that he is, moved him into the bullpen, and he found himself a role. It's a team player.
You know who I think was the real spark plug in that pitching camp for the Giants? Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
The beard. Man.
Always love it when a dominant closer has that cool save celebration, right? You think of, he had the kind of made the cross with his arms. You have Fernando Rodney shooting the arrow, cool. The Roldis Chapman, I guess, just the stare down, I guess if you want to count that.
It's Mason Griffin at the plate, up 2-0 against Tabor Fast after Griffin struck out his first time. That one gets away from Garcia. It's going to be enough for Robbins to advance to second on the pass ball. Count out 3-0. There are some good personalities in the Giants' early 2010s era. Brandon Belt, people known as the Giraffe, or, Pablo Sandoval, Kung Fu Panda. Of course, that was at the height of Sandoval's career as a Giant, where it kind of tailed off at the end.
He had his moments. He had a good career.
Hey, 2012 World Series, he had that 3-homer game against Detroit. That's ball 4 for Griffin. Now first and second for the Legends. Tying run now up and Ryder Kelly.
And this is where the Legends excelled last night. This is where they really took a step forward in changing their identity as a team from the first 7 games of the year when they started 0-6 to these last games where they've won 5 of the last 8. They got these 2 guys on, a nice infield hit by Robbins, a 4-pitch walk for Griffin, and you got a guy like Ryder Kelly. These big hits that we saw. And then you've got Duran and Hogan that are just swinging hot bats right now, due up. Like, this is a huge opportunity for the Legends to get back in the run column and change this game.
Ooh,
ouch.
Kelly's going to wear that one. Looked like it got him on the thigh there. They'll take the hit by pitch, and it's going to be bases loaded now for Menlo Park. There's a little bit of danger for Tabor Fast giving up that hit by pitch, as this will be Ryan Duran who hit the RBI double his last time. But before it happens, we're going to get a mound visit for Sonoma. For Zach Pace being the head coach for the Stompers.
Yeah, and this is Pace understanding the the situation here. I mean, it's no secret what Ryan Duran has done this season, being an all-star game candidate as that event approaches here on July 4th. And what he's already done, the RBI double that was just absolutely lasered to right center field, and you got the bases loaded, no outs. And even if you do get through Duran, you got Hogan on deck. Like, this is a good Legends lineup, and it's a tough situation. So it's just a little pep talk, motivation. Understand, hey, we got a 2-run lead. Let's just minimize the damage here. If we get out of it with no runs, perfect. That's great. But limit the damage. Try and get out of here with a lead. You just put together a 3-run inning to come back. So,
and this has been a 3-4 punch that has been coming alive from Menlo Park and Ryan Duran and Oliver Hogan, who is on deck. So, for Duran, it doesn't kind of really matter how he does it, but all he has to do is open up the door for Hogan to see, if he can execute. Well, the mound visit concludes as we're going to be back to action as Tabor Fast with a tall task in front of him in Duran. So our Tabor Fast has thrown 36 pitches in this outing. Nobody out, bases loaded for Menlo Park in a 3-1 ball game. Duran hacking early, but swings and misses at the first pitch.
And we've seen Ryder Kelly's speed. He's one of the faster legends on this team this year, and Duran being able to provide that gap-to-gap power, put in the right spot. Kelly could score from first base, too. Give the Legends a lead on 1 hit.
On misses in. You see the corner infielders for the Stompers playing in. Heredia at third, and Trent Keys playing to the edge of the infield grass. The outfield playing not so much shallow and not too deep, but enough to close off those gaps for Duran. It's the 1-1. The other swing and a miss, strike 2.
Got the big hacks out of the way. Now you got to shorten up and do a job here. Don't want to get on the wrong side of Phillip here with the strikeout and the bases loaded.
Yeah, they know how I feel about striking out with the bases loaded. Fast ahead at 1-2. Here's the pitch. Duran lays off there.
Great 1-2 pitch from Fast. Great take from Duran.
Two-two pitch. And they say that he went around on the swing. Duran goes down by way of the K. Not able to execute.
First baseman, number 20, Oliver Hogan.
Oliver Hogan, a chance to be Ryan Duran's best friend here. Pick him up with a big hit.
All right, Oliver Hogan, he's had some big hits so far this week. Popped out the first bases last time up. And that one is a foul ball down the third base line. That was awfully close from being a fair ball, though, Spencer.
That was real close. I thought he had it. Obviously, the umpire with the better angle, he's right on the line there. So I'll take his word for it. That one just rolled a bit to the left of the bag. I want to try and keep that ball off that ground, though, because a double play, and the Legends could lead this inning with no runs in the inning.
And look, there's a slight shift on the outfield. There's a big gap between left center and center field between Jones and Johnston.
And that was something we saw from the Seagulls last night as well. I'm not sure if they're just, trying to shorten the commute out there to left field from the dugout or what's going on. But center field, Connor Johnson is really playing the opposite field hit.
A 1-1 smoke to left, and that one's going to drop for a base hit. One run is in. That's Robbins. Griffin comes in, and sliding in at second safely will be Hogan as he drives into for the equalizer. It's now a 3-3 game.
Your stars shine in the brightest moments, Phillip, and that was a big at-bat for the Legends they needed. They really wanted to respond after the 3-run inning they just gave up, and Picking up his teammate Duran. Excellent job by Hogan. When you're hot, you're hot, and he's seeing a beach ball at the plate right now.
It's now another RBI double. You get credit for Hogan in the last 24 hours. Looks like that might be it for Fast, as the Stompers will make a call to the pen. Well, how about Oliver Hogan not letting me down, going down with the bases loaded, as he's able to drive in two. Ryder Kelly was able to go to third on that hit. Oliver Hogan will be credited with now 4 RBIs in the last 2 games now. A 3-3 game, as Tabor Fast will get the hook from Zach Pace. New arm coming in for the Stompers, as when we come back, it'll be second and third with 1 out, as Aaron Lewis is due to hit. It's going to be Ken Blankenship on the pitch now for the Stompers, and now a tie ball game after Oliver Hogan drove in Will Robbins and Mason Griffin off of the 2 RBI double. Here's Aaron Lewis up to hit with runners at second and third. Kelly at third, Hogan at second. Lewis not wasting time, as that's a fair ball down the right field line as it goes into the corner. Lewis will park it at second and will clear the bases as the Legends jump in front, putting up a 5 spot. Now with the 5-3 lead.
That one just stayed on the left of that white line. I thought that was going to be pulled foul, but he just got enough of it. Kind of casually parks himself at second base. A little too close for comfort, if you ask me. But regardless, Aaron Lewis is a 2-run double.
5 runs up now for the Legends. Now 4 runs totaled up in this inning, and Ken Blankenship hasn't even let the water boil yet in the pot. Now here's Eric Altmark, who will look at ball 1. How about that back-to-back 2 RBI doubles?
It's exactly what this team was missing out on to begin the year, was the big hit fill-up. Like, they were getting guys on base, they were walking, they were getting the hits, but they just couldn't get the 2-run doubles. And they've done that twice in this game. And they did that multiple times with 2 outs last night as well. This is a totally different team.
Yeah, I see this Legends line starting to see the baseball a lot better. Or you're just waiting for that moment when the offense was going to just spark up things at the plate. They have been executing in these matchups with the Seagulls and the Stompers. 1-1, the Altmark just misses in as it goes in the dirt. Count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, Ken Blankenship, tall glass of water on the mound, 6'3", 235. He's an NAIA product from Benedictine University in Mesa, Arizona. On the ground to second, Vassell feels it on the glove side. He'll get the out at first. That does allow Lewis to move to third.
Now batting for the Legends. Left fielder number 27, Ethan Moser.
And Moose is a guy with had a really good stroke his last at bat, lining out to Johnston. Going to want to continue that pattern here with a potential 2-out ribby, Phillip.
He does have a chance as Lewis is just 90 feet away. Mooser, who flew out to center field his last time up, swings, sends it foul.
The on-deck man, Joaquin Stewart, the only Legend not to join the hit parade today in this inning. Looks like the home plate umpire's making sure Stewart isn't standing directly behind. Oh, no, that's baseball in the field. Never mind.
Like everything's squared away. No stray balls. Count 1-1 on Mooser. Goes for that one upstairs, but it's a foul ball out of play. Question is, would Vinny Braga come back out for the fourth inning with the regained lead?
That's where the money's made as a manager.
Blankenship not hitting the zone there. Goes to 2-2.
Really good 0-2 pitch, though.
That one is hit high and deep to right center field. Oh, and it's off the glove of Johnston. Still looking for it. Mooser hits the bag at second, and he will go into third, standing up as he drives in Lewis to now make it a 6-3 ball game.
Now batting for the Legends.
When you're hot, and the ball will find a way.
Number 2, Joaquin Stewart.
He gave that one another great ride into right center field. He's seeing the ball so well right now. He's just another legend whose bat needs to be checked based on how he's been hitting recently.
Yeah, he's got some kind of lightning and the piece of lumber there. Here's Joaquin Stewart. Got jammed there. Another ground ball to Vassell. He'll make the play, inning over. But how about the outburst there by the Legends, able to put up 5 in the bottom of the third to now get back in front with a 3-run lead and then some. As we go to the fourth, Legends trying to keep a lead here against the Stompers, who are going to look to try to battle back as you're tuned into Menlo Park Legends baseball here on the Menlo Park Legends live stream network. We'll be back for the top of the fourth.
Sonoma Stompers.
The Legends bring across 5 in the bottom of the third
Johnson.
as Vinny Braga's day will conclude as it will be Diego Menjivar now coming on the pitch. So he's going to see Connor Johnson, who will lead off for the Stompers, who are going to have to go blow for blow here against Menlo Park. Legends able to get 5 runs on 4 hits back in the third inning. First pitch grounder over to first. Nice and easy for Hogan.
Got back for the Stompers.
Menjivar, really good appearance his last time out against this Sonoma Stompers team as well in a tight 3-2 game where the Legends won that one thanks to Menjivar's scoreless 8th and 9th inning appearance, allowing just 1 base runner via the walk and recording 2 strikeouts. So he's enjoyed his time on the bump this season against the Stompers. And
Diego Menjivar, one of the returners for the Legends. Haven't seen him pitch in too many home games, however. Angel Garcia.
This might be his first time pitching at Baylands Ballpark, if I'm correct. Earned himself into the rotation mid last season.
Oh, yeah. Definitely deal.
Some really impressive starts.
For sure, and was even able to get an All-Star nod for the CCL All-Star game.
That's right.
The one fun fact about Minji is that he moonlights as the social media player rep for the Legends.
Very famous to get his teammates to do food reviews at whatever ballpark they're playing at. Post-game, of course.
You're not going to eat during the game, but, you know, wouldn't hurt to.
Yeah. Really funny guy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We've had Diego in the broadcast booth with us a few times before. As pause and play here, as looks like both the pitching coach and the trainer is coming out.
Yeah, that makes me nervous.
Yeah.
He's been wild his last couple pitches, and, yeah, they go straight to the forearm. And, yeah, he's – oh, that's a –
Joey Sorelli, the pitching coach, come out to check on Menjivar. Hopefully nothing too serious as he is walking out, but it looks like
he's massaging that right elbow, though. That's really scary.
Yeah, only threw 5 pitches. So make that 4 pitches in this outing. Yeah, an immediate change now for the Legends as Diego Menjivar has a short-lived outing. Hopefully everything's okay on his end. As the new arm's going to have to make an immediate change for Menlo Park as we'll take a break and be back here in the 4th inning. 6-3, the Legends lead. Diego Menjivar leaves the game after an abrupt injury exit, as it's going to be Ethan Fillinger to come in to relieve for him. Comes in with a 3-0 count on Angel Garcia. They'll fire in a strike there. Umpire says, or asks Garcia, where you going? Yeah, a tough exit to see Menjivar lead the game the way he did.
It's the worst part about sports is the injuries, but fortunately it's just part of the game. It really sucks. As we were talking about, all-star game player last year for the Legends. Really just great dude, too. You just hate that's just a really great sight to see.
Right fielder number 6, Nick Sebastiani.
Ethan Fillinger surrenders the walk to Garcia. He's going to see Nick Sebastiani.
It's a one-ball walk, Philip.
A bit of a rarity there.
Yeah, tough situation for Fillinger to come into, right? Not expected to fill into the inning that abruptly.
He's starting to stay locked in out on the rubber. Swing and a miss by Sebastiani, who singled and came around to score his last time up. Ethan Fillinger, a Northern Colorado product, was a two-way player. That one's popped up, shallow down the left field line, and running over, making the catch on the run is Altmark.
Nothing easy about that play, Philip. You're going into danger territory. You have no idea when that left fielder, Ethan Mooster, is going to come in, call you off. Is he not going to call you off? That's a really tough play to make on the run. Great play by Altmark.
Fillinger, usually we see him play the field, coming in with a chance to maintain this 6-3 lead for the Legends. And we mentioned how Nick Senzeri likes to flip the lineup come the 6th inning. Fillinger is due to be flipped in the DH spot, so this kind of factors in the Shohei Ohtani rule where a pitcher can hit in that DH spot even if he came into the game in an earlier instance or was subbed out, but still remains in the game as a designated hitter. 0-1 on the breaking ball, but misses in. Case DeRomuller singled his last time up and came around to score himself. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. That was DeRomuller who scored with Sebastiani on that Tino Vassell triple in the top of the 3rd. A line drive and a base hit to left field. Now that 9 hole is red hot right now tonight, Spencer, for Sonoma.
Yeah, how about that? The last 3, the 7, 8, 9 have reached base 4 times tonight in their 6 plate appearances. It's been an absolute table setter, which I'll mention again was one of the big reasons for the Legends' 9 runs last night was the bottom of the order setting the table for the top of the order.
Yeah, that brings up the tying run at the plate in Trent Keys, who has struck out twice in this one. Swung on and fouls the first pitch.
Yeah, 2 Ks under your belt. I would have put money on him swinging at this first pitch strike.
And just kind of pressing a little bit at the plate here tonight.
One thing that does kind of worry a manager in the back of the mind is an elite hitter like Keys over 2 at 2 Ks. You just got to feel like he's bound to connect with one at any given moment.
Fillinger going in there, but just misses the inside part.
I think Fillinger thought he had that for a strike. Not the first time we've seen that inside pitch not be given to the pitcher, so may have missed it by just an inch or 2.
Keys turned on that one, but was out front early. Count out 2-2. Now for Keys, JUCO product, San Joaquin Delta College, where the 2026 school season he had 316 at the plate with 4 home runs and driving in 22. Definitely an elite hitter at the JUCO level, still looking for a 4-year home. Count now goes full for Keys. And now becomes a dual matchup between Keys and Fillinger. Let's see who wins it.
It's an action pitch. Runners will be on the move.
Fillinger home. Missed away, ball 4. So a little bit of turn of luck for Trent Keys as he's able to reach after the 2 strikeouts in the first two plate appearances. Yeah, but that does load up the bases for the Stompers and look like another move's going to be made as you see Joey Sorelli out to the mound to get the ball from Fillinger.
A tough situation by Fillinger, but he did a good job attacking the strike zone. Obviously, he leaves the mound, giving up the walk to Keys, but just a really tough situation for a pitcher to just have to really quickly insert himself into the game. So, way to compete by Fillinger.
Yeah, well, he came in a desperation spot as this will be the 3rd arm to come into the ball game for the Legends. We're going to take a break as it looks like it's going to be. We'll wait and see who it's going to be for the Legends as we'll give you the name when we come back. Another move for the Legends on the mound as it will be known starter Kai Manick coming in a bit of a jam here as his base is loaded now for the Stompers as Tino Vassell is back up to the plate. First pitch to Vassell misses out for ball 1. We saw him deliver with that 2 RBI triple in the 3rd. That was enough to give the Stompers the lead, but has another chance now in the bases loaded spot. He smokes that one to right field as it's going to fall in front of Lewis for a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes the 2nd run. Tino Vassell able to settle with the single and drive in 2 more to now make it a 6-5 game.
Now batting for the Stompers, designated hitter number 52, Hunter Carlson.
This is the heart of the order for the Stompers tonight. It's been Vassell, Carlson that have really made it hurt, as well as the bottom of the order just setting the table for him and just continuing to pound that dagger. Tino Vassell, have a night.
Hunter Carlson with a chance to tie it up as you have Trent Keys now at third base.
Vassell getting real comfortable at first base there with a pretty decent lead. I try and keep him there. He might, don't be surprised the Stompers maybe try and pull some trickery like the Legends did last night, getting a pickle, allow that runner on third to score, tie this game up.
The ground ball hit the second. Kelly will play to his left and get the throw off to retire the side. Not too much damage done by the Stompers, but they do bring across two off of 2 hits in that inning. As we'll go to the bottom of the fourth, Legends still holding the edge 6-5 here in Palo Alto. Stompers trying to get back in this game as they put 2 across in the top of the fourth. Legends back up to the plate of Robbins, Griffin, and Kelly due up this inning. Well, Robbins singled and came around to score last time up in the third during that 5-run outburst that the Legends had to extend their lead. Get the lead back, I should say. Still Ken Blankenship on the mound for Sonoma. Looks at here's Robbins' ball 1. Foul tipped by Robbins. Goes to 1-1 now.
Yeah, a bit of the same story from last night. Just kind of back and forth. Stompers scratch on the scoreboard first. Legends answer, take the lead, get a big lead. Stompers kind of come back. Same thing as the Seagulls. So the Legends going to have to tap into how they pulled out the victory last night.
Hard fastball out the hands of Blankenship. Gets it to a 1-2 count. Remember Will Robbins, he hit a go-ahead home run and that 3-2 win that the Legends had last week. How was it hard? Oh, diving stop on the backhand at short. Throw over to first is in time. What a play there by Case Daramalur.
My goodness, that was beautiful. Daramalur to his backhand, quick onto his feet, lasers it across the diamond, quick. A beautiful pick by Keys. I mean, that's talk about elite defense, Philip. That was gorgeous. If you're Will Robbins, all you can do is tip your cap.
Yeah, Gold Glove level play there for Daramalur. It's going to be Mason Griffin's turn to hit. Back to the top of the order for Menlo Park. First pitch swinging. Flied out to center. Going to be a can of corn there for Johnston. 2 away.
Now batting for the Legends. Second baseman, number 39, Ryder Kelly.
Mr. Ron Malur, JUCO product at Santa Rosa JC. It's going to be Ryder Kelly's turn. He's trying to do something with the bat. He's been walked and was hit by a pitch so far tonight. Has came around to score twice, however, for the times that he's reached base. Lay out the first pitch in the dirt.
He's earned himself in the lineup daily or gamely, but he's been in the lineup pretty frequently because of his ability to get on base and then use his legs, put himself in scoring position.
I think the red puppy that he's rocking gives him that extra boost. Count even at 1-1. Just a bit outside.
Up in the count here, 2 balls, 1 strike. Trying to look for something to hit here and get the 2 hot bats, Duran and Hogan. Try and find a way to get those guys up.
Yeah, you think for Ryder Kelly, where this is his second game here at home, where he's hitting in the 2 spot. You know, he's like that top of the order table setter. Looks at the 3-1, in for strike 2.
Lots of movement on that slider from Blankenship.
Yeah, Ryan Duran waiting on deck, hoping to hit this inning. The payoff from Blankenship. Foul ball, and looked like it got a bit of the home plate umpire.
Yeah, courtesy job there by the catcher. Take a tough foul ball to the mask of the umpire. Just give him a minute, shake it off. It's tough. Let's see. Those are the kind of action pitches that kind of hang with you for a bit. But looks like he's doing all right. We've seen enough injuries for tonight, Philip.
Yeah.
You keep these guys healthy, get them in their extra opportunities, but keep them healthy so they can have a valuable fall or spring of 2027.
Amen. Well, count stays full on Kelly, so let's see who wins the duel here. 6-5 game. Legends trying to hold on to this 1-run lead as another tight battle here tonight at Baylands Park. Like Blankenship shook off the sign there. There's the payoff. Swing and fouled off. Kelly stays in the fight.
He saw a full count as well in his first plate appearance where he drew a walk. So he's seen a lot of pitches tonight. He's no stranger to long at-bats.
Oh, a late call on strike 3. Kelly thought he had the walk, but some disagreement. You can even hear it from the Legends dugout. They did not like that one as Kelly is handed the backwards K to end the inning. Legends go 3 up, 3 down against Ken Blankenship as it remains a 6-5 game as we'll go to the top of the 5th here in Palo Alto. Back here on the Menlo Park Legends live stream network, Philip Hall on the call alongside my partner Spencer Tracy. Top of the fifth, the Legends still leading 6-5. Mike Jones hits it right through the wickets of Eric Altmark to begin the inning.
Yeah, tough one. Altmark's got to come towards the baseball there, go after that. Don't let the hop try and beat him and guess where it's going. Kind of elevator pitched it with the glove, kind of going up and down instead of straight at it. See if his pitcher, Kai Manick, can pick him up here.
Yeah, let's hit hard on the ground. They're going to rule that a hit. Kai Manick back out for another inning of work, and he might have to go the distance here, Spencer, especially with the string of relievers that we've seen after Vinny Braga.
Yeah, he's got the ability to go late into games. We saw him as a starting pitcher. He was our player of the game just a couple weeks ago. Going into the eighth inning, taking a shutout into the eighth inning. He was pulled after a leadoff base runner, but tremendous outing.
Hot shot to third. Stewart over to Kelly at second, and on to Hogan at first. Double play. Well executed there by the Legends infield.
Excellent job by Manick picking up Altmark. Now you can just move on, forget about it, try and get out of this inning with a shutout.
How about Joaquin Stewart, man? He must be feeling good finally getting that D1 commitment out the way, knowing hey, he's got a home for the next couple of years.
It's a really cool feeling that not a lot of star high school or JUCO athletes get to experience. All sorts of things, all sorts of problems or issues kind of get thrown into a player's baseball, whatever sport they play their career, whether it's, I don't know, for me it was a pandemic or, injuries are unfortunately part of the game. So great. He's earned it. You've talked about his stats at the JUCO level and the high school level, just a very talented ball player and just well-deserved. Great feeling.
Swung on and miss by Connor Johnson. Count goes to 1-2. Of course, Joaquin Stewart had a nice run with Ohlone, especially with Nick Sanzeri being on the coaching staff with Mike Curran over there out in Fremont. It's bounced short. Altmark, a much easier play there as he'll get it on to Hogan, inning over. A hit, but a double play and a ground out to short. Able to allow Kai Manick to have a much cleaner top of the fifth as we'll go to the bottom half with the middle of the order due up for Menlo Park. It'll be Duran, Hogan, and Lewis coming up to the plate when we come back.
hitter number 22, Ryan Duran.
Ryan Duran will lead off for the Legends. We're now in the bottom of the fifth in the 6-5 battle here at Baylands Park in Palo Alto. Ken Blankenship still at work on the rubber. Ryan Duran has already hit a RBI double and struck out so far tonight.
Big inning here for this Legends offense with Duran and Hogan to start this. And even Aaron Lewis, who had a really awesome 2-run double as well in the middle of that big 5-run third inning for the Legends. So looking to extend this lead here with your best hitters at the plate.
And one thing to mention, for Nick Sanzeri, this is usually the time of the game come the 6th inning where he flips the lineup 1 through 9. So there are going to be defensive changes. So for these guys due to hit this inning, this will be their last at bat for the night. It's the 1-1. It's in there for strike 2. Duran fouls that one off. Count remains. Lays that one off. Goes to 2-2 now. They'll count even for number 22.
Which is a big inning for Legends offensively. It's a big inning for Sonoma's arm right now, Blankenship, who's retired the last 4 hitters, including a strikeout. He's got to try and put up a donut here so his team can come back in this race.
Oh, Duran continues to have fire in his eyes as he sends it to right center field for a single. That's a good way to lead off if you're the Legends. Ryan Duran keeping that bat hot. Now his second hit of the ball game.
First baseman, number 20, Oliver Hogan.
With that dangerous 3-4 combo, this Menlo Park lineup, as Oliver Hogan will get a chance to hit here. He delivered with the 2 RBI double his last time up. And that pitch is going to go to the backstop as Duran will move to second.
Yeah, got to be perfect against these two guys. Just given how they're swinging the bat right now, it's...
Trevor Hogan, he is just licking his chops right now, just knowing that this is a spot he likes. Get a guy in scoring position. He's going to try to aim for those gaps.
I mean, when you're this hot of a hitter, you really just aren't phased no matter what situation you're in, whether it's an 0-2 count, you're even looking silly on a couple pitches. Like, you are just so confident given your previous, 8 or 10 at-bats. I mean, it's just the most fun as a hitter.
Hogan lays that one off. Just misses high. So far tonight, the Legends are 4 for 9 with runners in scoring position. So they've continued to execute. It's a little bit of a similar story than how things went against the Seagulls last night. Misses just in, so it goes to a hitter's count now for Hogan. 3-1. Is it off? It's ball 4. Duran does not decide to run.
Now batting for the Legends.
Yeah, easy ball 4 take there for Hogan as well. Chance to do some damage for Aaron Lewis. Already a 2-run double on his last appearance. Chance to add to his box score.
Aaron Lewis copied what Oliver Hogan did back in the third inning. He had a 2 RBI double. Ken Blankenship's going to give a visit from the Sonoma coaching staff as there is an arm getting loose down the left field line for the Stompers. You know, since I heard somebody say that it's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat, and that's what Aaron Lewis did in his last AB.
Absolutely. Yeah, just kind of hooked one that just stayed fair, only by a couple feet on the right field line. Aaron Lewis has had some explosive games this year, including a 3-for-5 game on the road earlier in the season. Perfect hitter to hit behind these two extra base hit guys with Hogan and Duran. Also some speed too to really put pressure on the defense, giving some action in play.
Yeah, so far tonight, the Legends have totaled up for 4 extra base hits against the Stompers. So Aaron Lewis will step in here for the third time. He's 1 for 2 with that 2 RBI double he hit in the third. Blankenship delivers. Looks for the corner, but couldn't keep it in the zone there.
Good take by Lewis. Garcia behind the dish right now. You got to be a backstop. You don't want to give up 2 free passes to third and second base right now.
It's the 1-0. Double steal on, but it's a hit and run. Lewis smokes it into center field as Duran will come in to score standing up. Aaron Lewis delivers once again to extend the Legends' lead.
Now batting for the Legends.
Ice in his veins tonight with some more RBIs to his plate and potentially knocking Blankenship out of this game.
As Zach Pace has seen enough. Ken Blankenship is going to get the hook. Oh, the Stompers going to make a call to the pin here. The new arm coming in for Sonoma, hoping to stop the bleeding as Aaron Lewis delivers with a single and drives in his third ribby on the evening, making it now a 7-5 game here in the bottom of the fifth. We'll be right back after this pitching change break. The pitching change for the Stompers as it will be Alec Murray, another tall glass of water, 6'6", 235 from Fair Oaks, but attends school at Fordham. But he's in a tough spot with runners at the corners for the Legends and now a 7-5 game. As up to hit now is Eric Altmark. Before the change was made, Aaron Lewis delivered with the RBI single. That's his third RBI on the ball game with his second hit. It's the 1-0. Missed high by Murray, as Murray, who attends Fordham in New York, the Bronx, pitched in 15 games for the Rams this past season, even earning his first career win as he's going to be a rising sophomore. This is high. Count goes to 3-0 for Altmark. See if he gets the green light here. There's still nobody out in this inning. Hogan at third, Lewis at first. Fastball missing high for ball 4, so Altmark will work the walk.
Now batting for the Legends.
Yeah, 4 easy takes there for Altmark.
27.
And now Murray's got nowhere to put Mooser, another bat that's just been red hot for the Legends, but this time providing some lethal power and extra base hit threat towards the bottom of the order.
And final line for Ken Blankenship. He goes the inning and 2/3, line 4 hits, 2 runs, and had a walk and a strikeout. Now here's Ethan Mooser, who hit the RBI triple the last time up.
Still nobody out, Philip. Another bases loaded opportunity with no outs.
And it was Aaron Lewis that scored on that triple that Mooser hit. Happened in the bottom of the 3rd. Swings there, but fouls it. This is the dangerous spot here that the Stompers were hoping not to see, as the Legends have been executing very well with runners on. The 1-1 coming from Murray. Missed high, goes to 2-1 here.
He's got to find his release point. He's missing high right now. He's got to make some kind of adjustment. And that's a big challenge for a ball player, right? There's always the coach, in practice who can be in your ear to help make adjustments. But in game, you can't always have your coach in your ear.
Mooser, the high fly ball in the shallow right center field, and it's going to fall in for a hit. And everybody will be safe as Hogan will come across on the Texas Leaguer single by Mooser to now make it an 8-5 lead for the Legends.
Now batting for the Legends.
That ball found a pretty little pocket there in that triangle between second baseman Vassell, center fielder, and right fielder Sebastiani and Johnston. Sebastiani fielded it beautifully on the tall hop. Had a chance to nab Altmark at second base, who obviously everyone had a late jump because they weren't sure if it was going to be caught or not. But the throw took K's off the bag.
Oh, runs in and hits Stewart square. That'll be a hit by pitch, as that will bring across another. This time Aaron Lewis will come in to score. Now make it 9-5.
24, Will Robbins.
Alec Murray not able to get it right out on the rubber here in relief.
Yeah, just a one-pitch bruiser for Stewart. Will Robbins, another guy with a ton of extra base hit and a threat to leave the ballpark here. We have yet to see him do that this season. He's done it once this season.
Swing and a miss at the first pitch. Well, we flash back to last summer. Remember, Will Robbins did hit a grand slam when we were playing in San Mateo at CSM baseball field. Hit it right out the scoreboard. Count out 0-2. Have Altmark at third, Mooser at second, and Stewart at first. with the Princeton man and Robbins at the plate. Oh, and he's going to wear that one on the back. Another hit by pitch given up by Murray to bring in another run as the Legends crack double digits, make it 10-5.
Now batting for the Legends, center fielder number
Just when Murray was trying to find a groove, he lets that one go to Robbins.
Yeah, he just doesn't have a release point right now. And, yeah, here's the pitching coach here just going to try and calm him down. This game's starting to get out of hand for Sonoma. Still a lot of game left here. We're just in the home half of the fifth. So still some opportunities to kind of keep climbing your way back into this ball game offensively, but it's the pitching staff's gonna have to step up on their half of the field.
Yeah, we just take a look at how the Stompers pitching has done tonight. You know, if Tabor Fast, Ken Blankenship, and Alec Murray, you know, these 4 innings, this inning still going in the bottom of the fifth with an out yet to be recorded. 8 hits, 10 runs, 4 walks. As 27 batters have come up to the plate for Menlo Park. Yeah, it just has been an imbalance for the Stompers, who are a team that usually tries to rely on pitching, but not that much. They usually let their offense help them win games, but so far that hasn't been the story here tonight in Palo Alto.
Yeah, and I briefly touched on it pregame a little bit earlier in this ball game, but their loss to the Crawdads 8-2, 5 errors, just not characteristic from this organization.
Top of the order here for Menlo Park with Mason Griffin. Griffin is over 2 with a strikeout, but did reach base via walk and has scored a run. It's foul ball.
Still nobody out.
Yeah, I think for Murray out there, I think he's more worried about not making a mistake rather than just going at these guys. 2 back-to-back hit by pitches given up to drive in 2 extra runs. Just a little outside there, goes to 2-1. Of course, on those hit by pitches, it was Joaquin Stewart who gets credit for an RBI, as well as Will Robbins. Five-run cushion for the Legends in the 10-5 game here in the fifth. Griffin pops it up. Foul territory on the third base side, and it's going to be pocketed by Heredia. There's the first out.
That's a really big out for Murray, too. It's like a shooter when you go in a cold slump. You just got to see one go in. And once you see one go in, you can kind of take a deep breath and kind of lock back into the situation here for Murray. You know, you're 2 strikes that at bat. You got some weak contact. Defense made a play. Take a step back and just grind out these last 2 outs here.
Legends could hit through the order in this inning as Ryder Kelly is up at the plate now. He hasn't yet hit this inning. Look at ball 1 high and in.
Ryder Kelly, the 9th Legend to come to the plate this inning.
Rolls that one foul to the front of the Stompers dugout.
It's going to be tough to turn 2, which is what the Stompers are counting on to get out of this inning here. But with Kelly's speed and those red shoes giving him a little bit more of a boost, it's going to be tough to roll 2.
Corner infielders playing in for Sonoma. Going to be a force at any base. Ball hit in play. There's strike 2 to Kelly. Even the outfield playing Kelly straight away as well. Middle infield trying to set up for a double play chance, possibly playing back. Murray looks in, delivers a 1-2. Just misses, goes to 2-2 even.
It's a good spot by Murray, showing a little bit more command, sinking into that rubber a little bit more, getting comfortable.
Kelly smokes it to left, and that one's going to be a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes the second run as Stewart will cross. Ryder Kelly, red bottoms, adding 2 more in his own right to make it a 12-5 game.
Designated hitter number 22, Ryan Duran.
And that's the fourth two-run hit in this ball game for the Legends. I mean, they are just capitalizing with runners in scoring position tonight, taking advantage of some mistakes from the Stompers.
And Alec Murray's going to get the hook from Zach Pace as the Legends will be set to hit through the order with Ryan Duran getting a chance to come up here in the 5th. But, man, talk about an output being put on by the Legends in this one. 6 runs across in this inning as they have hit through the order, as we're going to see who the new arm is coming on for the Stompers when we come back. New arm coming on for the Stompers. It will be Scotty Cato, the righty from Cal State Monterey Bay. As the Legends have hit through the lineup here, Ryan Duran coming up for the second time in this inning as he singled and scored his last time. And right out the chute, Duran gets hit by the pitch. That's the 3rd time that the Legends hitters has been hit in this inning.
First baseman number 20.
The only difference is the bases were not loaded.
And they're filling up our I'm running out of room in my 5th inning scorecard, Philip.
So am I. Will Robbins will go to 3rd, Kelly to 2nd. And you have Duran at 1st. So Oliver Hogan. Last time he was up in this inning, it was at the beginning of the bottom of the 5th as he walked and came around to score himself. It's been that kind of ball game tonight, folks. The Stompers just have not been able to get it. Hogan hits it through the hole in the left field. It's going to bring in 2. Robbins is in. Behind him is Kelly. Oliver Hogan with 2 more added on for the night to now make it 14-5.
And for the 5th time tonight, the Legends have a 2-run hit.
Aaron Lewis.
I mean, I can't think of a better example of hitting is contagious.
And so Duran That's second now. It's still 1 out in this inning. It's Aaron Lewis back at the hit once more. Foul tipped in the glove there for strike one. Cato will look at second, now delivers home. Now it's up in the zone, but in for a strike. Count 1-2 on Lewis.
This is also kind of when you start to see the umpire expand that zone a little bit more. There's got to be a little bit more aggressive at the plate.
This is the fourth time this season where the Legends have scored double digits in a ball game. First time it did it was against the Seagulls on opening night. Second time was against the Crawdads on June 11th in a 14-10 loss, and then or as they did it just a few nights ago again against the Seagulls on the road, where they dropped that game 14-11. But this time, a double-digit win could possibly be coming if the score were the hold. Lewis almost took Cato's head off, smokes it in the center field. Duran does not get the wave as they'll stop at third. Now bases loaded once again for the Legends. They continue to pile it on in this inning.
When it rains, it pours, Phillip. It's been an absolute hit parade. I'm amazed right now.
I mean, we're nowhere near a beach, but the Legends are seeing the baseball as a beach ball here tonight. The Allmark on the ground. Vasil going to try to turn two. They get one at second, but no throw off. As the run will come across the score, Duran is in. But there is the second out recorded.
Really heads up high IQ play by K's Duran Malor. No play at first base, but he knows that Hogan might be taking an aggressive turn there at third base, so he does a little pump fake to first, flips around. You never know. Sometimes players get those backdoor opportunities.
Looser, first pitch swinging, falling in the left center field over the head of Duran Malur. Another bloop hit goes for the Legends. Hogan comes in the score. Now making it 16-5. Ethan Mooser continuing to have a good night as he hit an RBI single earlier in this inning, but adds on another. Altmark able to reach third on that bloop single. Now it's Joaquin Stewart up to hit again. He was hit by a pitch, but did drive in the run. Nope, so a little bit of pain and gain.
He has also scored in this inning, Phillip.
Cato trying to battle here. Gets Stewart 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know, this is also an opportunity as a player where you can really work on something, you know, trying to go to right field. You know, what area in your game do you want to and kind of tweak a little bit? And you get a live at-bat to do it. So definitely don't take these at-bats for granted just because of how it's gone for you in this game, whether you're on the right side or the wrong side of the scoreboard. An opportunity to work on something.
Been the biggest inning all summer long so far for the Legends. 10 runs across total. Stewart, foul ball down the third base line. You could write a whole novel based on how this inning has gone for the Legends, at least them being the victors, but for the Stompers, they might have to jump in the hot tub time machine to erase this from their memory come tomorrow. Strike 3 in as Stewart goes down looking to retire the side. But the Legends open up a can of whoop you-know-what on the Stompers in this inning, bringing across 10 to make it 16-5 as we'll go to the 6th. The Legends up with a massive cushion as we'll take a break here on the Menlo Park Legends live stream network.
One regular nacho, one hot dog.
The Legends just putting the belt to the Stompers right now as it's now a 16-5 game after they had a 10-run bottom of the 5th off of 7 hits, 10 runs across, 3 hitters, 3 hit by pitches in the inning. Man, everybody was getting their licks in tonight on Sonoma as the lineup has flipped defensively. We'll run through that for you as Angel Garcia leading off for the Stompers in this inning. Still Kai Manick out on the mound. As beginning in the outfield, Paul Wagner goes to left, Jordan Medina to center field, Barclay Ovalle in right field, Tyler O'Toole at short, Michael Aikawa at third base, Isaac Findell at second base, Casey Levitt McGee at first base, and Ethan Jackson is at catcher.
Yeah, after talking to our player of the game last night, Oliver Hogan, Philip asked him about the strategy that Cincinnati does of kind of having cutting the game in half for his starters and then his substitutes. And he's made a point that really interested me about Cincinnati saying it's not that they have a chance to elevate the game and to make a greater impact in the game.
Foul ball hit down the right field line. And you talk about elevating the game for sure, and you think if this is a strategy that Cincinnati goes with for the rest of the summer, then you're hoping that the team can have those big innings, which has become in a way a trademark for Menlo Park.
Yeah, it tests the depth a bit, but if you can pull it off, we saw some struggles with the second half group last night, but the starters did a great job of setting them up, and they've kind of improved upon that tonight. But still, if you can have that, you get a lot more fresh players throughout this season. And, looking at the schedule, we don't call every road game, so we only really get to see the home games live. But it's a lot of wear and tear due to the traveling and all the pitchers. You never know what you're going to come across. How many, one night, the pitching staff might not be up, or the hitters might go cold.
Oh, that one's off the glove of Michael Aikawa as it's going to roll down the left field line, and trying to go for 2 is Garcia as he will do it successfully. So a leadoff double off of a hard hit line drive that was catchable for Aikawa, but just didn't have the full webbing.
Yeah, it was hit really hard, and I think Garcia was so happy to be running after being in the squat for all of that last inning. I mean, those legs get tired. I mean, the phrase squat, still stands for a catcher, but now the position doesn't really squat anymore. They're kind of going down to a knee. So they've gone easy on the knees, which is good because it's such a tough position to play, being in the squat for an entire game. It's really tough on the knees, but yeah, I'm sure he's excited to get those legs pumping.
So now the pinch hit here is Nick's brother Ben Sebastiani. So foul tip the first pitch.
Correction for hitter, number 12, Ben Sebastiani.
Ben Sebastiani, JUCO product from College of Marin. He is the twin brother of Nick Sebastiani. Yeah, I think Zach Pace might just be emptying the bench here after tonight's performance.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Those big innings are really tough on players. Standing out there and getting their creeps in their first up their ready position, moving around for relays. It really is digs into the fatigue of the players over time. And given that they just played last night in Walnut Creek, the traveling, it adds up on these players. It really takes a toll. So definitely not a bad idea to get some fresher legs in there, some more appearances for other guys.
Missed away by Manic, goes to 3-1 on Ben Sebastiani. And you think, too, for the Stompers, they're going to have to run it back tomorrow as they are going to head back home to wine country to welcome the Alameda Merchants. But luckily for the Legends, they do have a day off before they hit the road for a 2-game stretch against Santa Barbara. It's a ground ball to Aikawa. He'll run to make the off-balance throw over to first, but nice scoop there by Levitt McGee, 1 away.
Yeah, good play by Levitt McGee to pick up his teammate. But good awareness by Aikawa to realize that he got to that ball quickly. He didn't need to throw it immediately. He had some time to look back Garcia at second base, make sure he wasn't going to go after the throw. So great awareness by Aikawa as well.
Here's the Romalier. That's been one of the more productive hitters tonight for the Stompers. And look at ball 1.
Great day defensively as well. And a beautiful backhander. Shows some real awareness as well with the ball in his hands on relays, turning 2. He's had a good night.
As well as also at the plate, 2 for 2. Manic throwing the hard stuff there, and for a strike. And just as we thought, we're thinking that Kai Manic can go all the way here.
I mean, yeah, it's his game. I don't think Cinzeri wants to burn any more arms, even with the day off tomorrow.
It's nice, you get a day off and going down to Santa Barbara, which I hear is very nice this time of the year. Or I go to the beach night before the game.
Yeah, teams earned it. They've really flipped their season around these last 9 games, last couple weeks. Really good feeling as we inch towards the All-Star break.
Ground ball hit the short. O'Toole will run that one down, but the throw is going to be late.
And just about everything you could do there if you're O'Toole. Slow hopper to your right. You got to go cross body. No time. You got the quickest exchange you have in your bag. You got to pull it.
First baseman number 3.
Way to run it out.
We're getting a pitch hitter here for the Stompers. That's going to be number 7, Anthony Shepler.
Correction,
Shepler hitting in the spot for Trent Keys. Runners at first and second with one out. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Shepler.
Shepler going with the Evan Gaddis no batting gloves move here.
Oh, yeah, Evan Gaddis. That's a name that I haven't heard in a minute.
Go back to the his days as the power hitter for the Houston Astros. Big beard.
Has some big forearms, too.
Strong man.
Shepler, who's a product out of San Jose State. He transferred from Ohio State, so had a short spell in the Big Ten. He's going to line that one fair down the right field line. It's going to go into the corner. O'Valley's going to play this one, and everybody's going to be sent home. And a throw to the plate. Jackson can't get the tag on Duramalier. As Anthony Shepler, fresh off the bench, delivers with a 2 RBI double. 16-7 now, so Shepler able to get a job done at the plate.
They had a real good shot to hose Duramalier at the plate, but I think Levitt McGee was just way too deep in that relay where the throw, by the time he cut it off and he kind of tossed it to Jackson, it was just an awkward play, and I think they would have had him by quite a few steps. It looks like it'll be another pinch hitter for the Stompers.
That's going to be Bryson Ayala up to hit now in the spot for Tino Vassell.
We saw Ayala the last time the Legends and the Stompers met here at Baylands Park, and he was really flashed the leather at shortstop as well.
Hey, Bryson Ayala, product out of Tulane. He's originally from Melbourne, Florida. The high fly ball hit the center field. Going to be playable for Medina. So he'll make the catch. There's 2 away. And a good throw back into the infield as well to third. So he keeps Shepler waiting at second.
Yeah, even if Shepler wanted to be aggressive there, he really had to shut it down quick. Medina, beautiful job. Beautiful job getting behind the ball, gaining momentum as he was catching it to put some extra power on his arm.
Number 13, Rylan Heckman.
And the pinch hitting saga continues for the Stompers. Another pinch hitter will be number 13, Rylan Heckman.
Zach Pace clearing the bench. Giving some guys a chance to hit. Manic serves him up the first pitch fastball for a strike, or as he first pitch strike on a off-speed pitch that time. Ron Heckman from Gig Harbor, Washington. Oh, and a pickoff move to second. Goes into center field. Medina trying to get the throw off. A little bit off balance there. Shepler able to move 90 feet to third base.
Yeah, no real big need for that up 9 here. Keep your runners close, but definitely don't need to try and make the hero play.
One and one on Heckman. A JUCO ball up in Washington State at Umpqua Community College. Strike 2 into him. It's rolled over on the first base side. Levin McGee plays back on it. Manic runs over to cover the bag, and the inning is over. Well, the Stompers able to get a couple back there off of the 2-run double by Anthony Shepler, but still a lot of work to do, still being down 9 as we'll go to the bottom of the 6th with the Legends coming back up to the plate. Back here in Palo Alto for the bottom of the 6th with the Legends coming back up to the plate. That's Ethan Jackson to lead off. Still Scotty Cato out there on the rubber.
He's got to eat some innings for this Stompers pitching staff here.
Fouled off at the plate. That was the 1-1.
It's these tough games where a team can kind of show some character. You know, how do you want to finish this game? It's really just been a tale of just 2 huge lopsided innings, a 5-run third, and then obviously the 10-run 5th inning. Other than that, the Legends have just put up 1 run.
Ground ball to third. Heredia, who remains in the game, will throw over to the new first baseman, Anthony Shepler, 1 away.
I'll bring up the Legends' new center fielder, Jordan Medina. His first step out of the night. Saw him come in the second wave of Legends as well, offensively, last night.
Going to look at strike 1 in the AB. Under the defensive changes for the Stompers, so now in the game at first base is Anthony Shepler. At second base, you have Misael Europero. Medina fouls off the 0-1, goes to 0-2 now. And staying in the DH spot will be Heckman. And then Ben Sebastiani came in for his brother Nick, will go to right field.
Dina fouls off another 0-2 pitch. He is a really tough out. Does not strike out a ton. Almost Luis Ariz alike. Just a ball and play guy, not a big strikeout or walk guy. Short little stance. Trying to use his contact to as his greatest strength. Get himself on base.
Kale's going to get Medina on 3 pitches there. 2 away now.
Batting for the Legends. Second baseman, number 19, Nick Fendel.
So it's going to be Isaac Findell now up to hit.
It's a great walk-up song you don't hear too often, huh, Phillip? Little Jack Johnson. Upside Down. Shout out to all the Curious George fans out there. Childhood memories. Phillip, childhood memories.
You know, I didn't watch a lot of Curious George growing up, believe it or not.
It's a classic.
Yeah. I read a lot of the books, though. Oh, man, Curious George books? Oh, man, that's where it was at. Famous line in the book is, George was curious.
Always curious.
Oh, 2 on Findell. They say no on the appeal. Findell will get another life.
Stompers really wanted that one to go their way. Yeah, you can hit me with Curious George references, but no more Toy Story 1 references like last night.
Surprised he didn't catch it. Kale trying to go for a 1-2-3 here. On just misses to Findell, 3-2.
Despite coming in the 6th inning, Findell only drew 1 plate appearance. He flew out to center field.
Swing and a miss on the payoff. Cato gets back-to-back strikeouts to close the side in the bottom of the 6th. So the Legends not able to pad on after putting up a 10 spot in the 5th. So we'll go to the 7th. Still a lot of baseball to go as the night's still very young here in Palo Alto. 16-7 as you're tuning in to Menlo Park Legends Baseball on the Menlo Park Legends live stream network. Top of the 7th, Kai Manick get another chance out on the mound. It's been one of those games where he's just going to eat up a lot of innings and, try to wrap this one up quick for the boys. It's Mike Jones. I'll lead off for Sonoma. Oh, that one got the third base coach for Sonoma there. They fell off right of his leg, but he's okay. He's still moving and grooving over there. How about that? Kai Manick getting the strikeout off of 3 pitches. Good morning, good afternoon. It's late. You're going to bed. Good night.
That's the Kai Manick we've seen as a starter this season and throughout the regular season as well. Aggressive, kind of getting hitters off balance, and then using that slider to run off the plate for a 3-pitch strikeout.
There's Mateo Heredia. He's going to look at strike 1. Heredia 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Did ground into a double play. Line goes like this: 7 runs on 10 hits, an error for the Stompers. 16 runs on 12 hits, no errors for the Legends. That Kai Manick with another K. Now just his 2nd K in his 3rd inning of work.
A K for Kai, as my partner once said.
I remember that phenomenal performance that Kai Manick had a few nights ago here at Baylands Park. 10 strikeouts in his last start. It's Connor Johnson up to hit now.
Yeah, 10 strikeouts, took a shutout into the 8th inning. A rare combination of efficient and dominant.
And, with the coaching prowess of Nick Sanzeri, him being a specialized pitching coach, I feel like Kai Manick is like the prototypical Sanzeri project when it comes to developing pitchers. Even though Kai Manick doesn't play at Ohlone, I'm sure Sanzeri has had at least some kind of mentorship with him this summer.
Absolutely. I mean, he gets a really good amount of playing time, and it's because of his talent, and also I think because there's a lot of trust there. I mean, you look at the major league level, and I think about pitchers like Tyler Rogers, who was called upon by his managers because of just how trustworthy he was to get on the bump, and even giving up a hit or two, just getting out of jams and being able to just take away an 8th inning and shut down inning. So it's the same thing, I think, with Sanzeri. I think there's a lot of trust in there, and I think he's so mechanically sound, and I think a lot of that is credited to Manick's past coaches, and maybe Sanzeri as a part of that as well. But it all kind of comes together with just talent, and then does a coach trust you? Does a coach like you in certain situations? So it's all a puzzle piece that managers and coaches have to kind of place together.
Now back for the Stompers.
Surrenders a walk to Connor Johnston after striking out the first 2 hitters in this inning. Will be Angel Garcia. It's Garcia's 4th time up at the plate, 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Did hit a double his last time up in the 6th.
Shuffling lead by Johnston, who is a stolen base threat at first base.
On his line, and a leaping grab at short by Tyler O'Toole. Great defensive play there to end the inning. Tyler O'Toole with the fresh legs, able to use it to an advantage, just leaving about maybe 1.5 feet from the ground to make the catch on a leaping line drive out. Well, he's got stretch time here in Palo Alto with the Legends in cruise control, 16-7, as we'll go to the bottom of the 7th when we come back.
Leading off for the Legends, designated hitter number 22, Ryan Duran.
It was going to be Micah Marquez to come on for the Stompers here in the bottom of the 7th. As Ryan Duran, who is the only player that didn't get swapped out, as he is the designated hitter still.
Marquez.
So Ryan Duran, who's been having a solid night at the plate per usual, is going to get a chance to hit. So he's 2 for 3 with a RBI double back in the first inning, as well as also a single and a run scored. And pops up the first pitch, left side of the infield. It will be Heredia to make the play for the first out. And you talk about the night that the Legends have been having here, Spencer. You know, you just look at the stats. You know, everybody's going to, be happy with the boost in batting average, on-base percentage, RBIs, runs scored, you name it, all across the board. They have just continued to be stat patters.
Yeah, absolutely. On-base percentage, average. How about runners in scoring position? These last 2 nights have been just, I'll say it again, just a completely different team from how this season started for the Legends.
Casey Levitt-McGee hits it high and deep out the right center field. A bit of a collision there.
Oh, my God.
Making the catch is Connor Johnston. So out was recorded. Man, just dangerous play there in the alley.
Yeah, you can really hurt yourself out there in a collision like that. Not the kind of, injuries regardless just don't want to happen, but I don't know, in a game like this, definitely not. Communication is key.
Yeah, that's for sure. You bring up the performance with runners in scoring position. The Legends 10 for 18 tonight with runners in scoring position.
I mean, the 10 hits is remarkable. The 19 opportunities is
18. 18 times.
18, excuse me. Yeah, that's wow. That's a lot of opportunities, Philip.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show like what could be done. When you have traffic on the base paths, and the Legends, they've definitely improved in that category. Here's Barclay Ovali up to hit now. He was one of the defensive swaps. Going to roll over that one to short. Picked up, and throw is in time to retire the side. So 3 up, 3 down inning. As Micah Marquez, they were able to have a clean inning that time as the Stompers come back up to the plate in the top of the 8th. It's still the Kai Mannix show out on the mound here. So we're getting late into the ball game, just a little bit past 9 o'clock. Ben Sebastiani will lead off, and we're all hoping that we could get out of here before the World Cup traffic starts to pull out. It's a nice stop there by Akawa, but airmails the throw to first. Sebastiani will head over to second. That's going to go down as an E5 on the throw by Michael Akawa.
An incredible play by Akawa, but it's just tough because, you make the play, you're on the ground, you got to stand up, and sometimes standing up as you're in that throwing motion can kind of elevate that throw. We saw a mistake happen the other night as well with the Seagulls, and that throw just kind of got away from him. But incredible hands by Akawa at third base.
It's popped up on the right side. Going to be Levitt McGee to make the play. Here's back to the top of the order, so
Now batting for the Stompers.
it'll be Anthony Shepler.
Number 7, Anthony Shepler.
One of the hardest things to do in sports is hit a baseball. Something even harder is to hit a baseball as a pinch hitter. And Shepler came off the bench, hit a rocket down the right field line for a 2-run double.
Wins low for ball 1. Got another this day in baseball nugget for you here, Spencer. How about Cal Ripken Jr. playing his 1,000th consecutive game in 1988 for the Baltimore Orioles? Almost fouled off by Shepler, but Ripken reached a halfway point toward what would become the most famous durability record in sports, eventually finishing with 2,632 consecutive games played.
I mean, look up the active streak for that right now and who's in the running for it. And just to put in perspective of how wild of a feat that is for Cal Ripken Jr.
Ground ball to second. There's 2 gone now as Ben Sebastiani moves to third on that play. But yeah, definitely insane. And I mean, Cal Ripken Jr. wasn't the player that believed in PTO, nor did he believe in vacation time, because he was just out there every day. And you just think about the day and age with really all across sports where you have players, trying to have those what you would call, rest days, like the load management, which is common in the NBA. But I mean, Cal Ripken, he was built different.
I mean, he loved the game of baseball. I mean, show me a better example of someone who loved the game of baseball to go out every single day, 162 games. I mean, just piling up on each other. Really impressive feat.
A bobble by Fendell, but able to get the play off. So that will In the top of the 8th, the Legends still cruising away 16-7 as we go to the bottom half, as we'll be back here in Palo Alto as the sides change.
Leading off for the Legends, shortstop number 3, Tyler.
O'Toole, Wagner, and Aikawa are due to hit here in the bottom of the 8th. Really, at this point, you're just, trying to get some reps in, some live AB, if you're in Menlo Park, as after tonight, Legends are going to be hitting the road once again. This time, they're going to go to the Southland, where they will meet up with the Santa Barbara Foresters for a 2-game weekend road trip down in beautiful Santa Barbara, as I might add. Should be a fun one for the squad.
Yeah, what an awesome place to play some baseball. I never got the opportunity to play down there, but I can only imagine it's gorgeous.
Or Santa Barbara Foresters, they have a lengthy history. They were actually one of the charter members of the California Collegiate League when it was first established.
Kind of an underrated part of the CCL. A lot of history. We talked about the Blues and their history at their ballpark. A lot of history with all these affiliated teams.
Pop up on the infield. It will be Heredia. Run in to make the grab.
Now back for the Legends. Third, left fielder number 6, Wagner.
Well, you get this too, Spencer. Looking at the notable alumni that have played for the Foresters. Like, look at these names: James Shields, Garrett Crochet, Kyle Isbell, Jeff McNeil, Ryan O'Hearn. Josh Young, Spencer Steer, James McCann. The list just goes on.
Yeah, a lot of familiar names there from the early 2010s, late 2010s, to even guys that are playing now at a high level. I'm looking at guys like Matt McClain, Josh Jung, a former Red Raider, just like the starter tonight for the Seagulls. Oh, excuse me, not the Seagulls, the Stompers.
Yeah, we know, as you can see, like they've had some of the more notable big leaguers, and large list of guys that have made it to the show that have gone through the Foresters camp. There's strike 3, swung on a miss by Wagner. There's 2 away.
Now batting for the Legends, third baseman number
A little further down the list, too, Andrew Vaughn, who's making some waves these last couple of years. He's gone through the CCL.
Yeah, you got Daniel Susak, current catcher for the Giants right now. Won the spot in the squat for Buster Posey's squad. Lucas Urseg, who's been one of the more reliable relievers come the ninth inning for the Kansas City Royals this year.
That's right.
Kind of a funky delivery as well. Makes it challenging him to hit.
Played his college ball, just up the road out in Atchison at Menlo College. He actually played both at Cal and then transferred to Menlo, where he was actually drafted out.
We guys like Andrew Vaughn played just on the other side of the bay at Cal. Played as a Golden Bear, power bat, first round pick too.
Yeah, that's right. Even won the Golden Spikes Award as a Golden Bear in 2018, and of course the Golden Spikes Award ceremony is coming up pretty soon. Names to look out for. 1-2 on Aikawa. Plays off for that one at 2-2. Yeah, just a great history of some major leaguers that have came through the California Collegiate League, and it just goes to show why it's one of the more notable wood bat summer leagues for college baseball's best. And even for the Foresters too, they'll even go on to compete in what is the National Baseball Congress World Series, as National Baseball Congress is the not so much like the station body, but more of like the governing body for some of the collegiate summer leagues, as they host a World Series style tournament in Wichita, Kansas annually. Swung on and missed by Aikawa to end the inning. So 1-2-3 go to Legends, as they're going to look to close up shop tonight, as we are headed to the ninth inning, as most likely it's going to be Kai Manick be the one to get the job done in a 16-7 lead for Menlo Park.
Designated hitter number 13, Rylan Heckman.
We made it to the ninth inning, folks. It's been a long night here in Palo Alto, but the Legends trying to go for their second straight win and get the 6-10 on the 2026 California Collegiate League summer season. It's going to be a tough one for the Stompers to swallow, as coming into tonight they had a rough one against the Crawdads, but they're going to drop their second straight. Most likely will go to 8-10 on the season. Caught on the line at second there by Findell, one away.
Got batting for the Stompers. Left fielder number 37, Mike Jones.
As we mentioned, the Legends are going to be hitting the road as they'll have a day off tomorrow. They're going to be going to Santa Barbara. Base hit the left field underneath the glove of O'Toole by Mike Jones.
Give him a single on that. What do you think, Philip?
Yeah, we'll give him one. Bad the stats at this point.
Yeah, these guys, like we've talked about, trying to find their next home at the collegiate level, wherever it may be, you know.
Mateo Heredia comes up to hit. For the Legends, they'll be back home on Tuesday to see the Merchants. Whereas initially they were supposed to play the Merchants back on June 16th, but the game was canceled. This will be the first chance that the Legends will get against one of the affiliate teams of the California Collegiate League. Radio 0 for 4 on the night. Strike 2. It's hit hard to center field. Bit of a shift there as that one's going to fall and hit the wall. That's going to be enough for Mike Jones to come in to score. Sliding in with the triple is Heredia, but the throw is over the head, and Heredia going for the plate, and he is out. How about the backup there by Paul Wagner to come in from left field and be able to get the throw off to Jackson?
3 B's of baseball. You got to be either attacking the ball, go getting the ball, backing up a base, or being at a base and then backing up the play. Ball, base, backup. Paul Wagner, great baseball IQ there. Right spot at the right time. I think he got underneath the tag, though. I don't know about you, Philip.
Yeah, it was a close play there. Nonetheless, there's 2 gone now. That one's bounced up the middle as O'Toole drops it. Rule that one an infield single for Johnston.
Now batting for the Stompers, catcher number 36, Angel Garcia.
So even with the Stompers, having to be on the rough end of what has been a laugher, they're able to get 8 runs across. It's been one of those high offensive games here tonight in Palo Alto. The last chance for the Sonoma will be Angel Garcia. Lays off for ball 1.
Again, this is a team that just needs to figure out how to keep all the gears kind of moving in the right direction on the road. They're going to fall if this game stands 1-6 to start the season on the road, and that's just you got to be able to win at home and on the road. Now it's good to have a home record. All good teams will be able to protect the home turf. Right, you're going to play half your games probably at home. But you got to be able to squeak some wins out on the road.
And there is going to be a homestand, a hefty one coming up for Sonoma, as they will see the Merchants tomorrow. And they'll have the Crawdads on Saturday, the Merchants again on Sunday, and the Crawdads on Tuesday. So a flip-flop in the 4-game homestand against 2 of the same teams.
Some team familiarity might work as well. And again, these traveling schedules are tough for guys as well.
2-2 runs inside. And yeah, they're going to roll a hit by pitch there. Like it just barely clipped Garcia at the plate. Kai Manick still trying to work to get that final out of the ball game.
Now batting for the Stompers, right fielder number 6, Ben Sebastiani.
12.
Correction, number 12.
Ben Sebastiani. Now he's the last hope for the Stompers. First pitch hacking, fouls it off. Yeah, what a performance by Kai Manick that we've seen so far tonight. able to eat up the last half of the game, especially with all that we've seen on the mound. Scott Sebastiani at 0-2.
Trying to put a nail in the coffin.
It's lifted to center field. This should do it. Coming in for it is Medina. So he'll make the catch, and that will be the ball game as the Legends able to outlast the Stompers in a big way, winning 16-8. And you just talk about offense on offense in this one, Spencer, as the Legends bring out the bats, are able to come through in key situations all night long.
It was a tale of 2 innings, Philip. They scored in 3 innings of this game, and yet they put up 16 runs. I mean, a 5-run third inning really put them ahead comfortably, but how about a 10-run 5th inning for the Legends, doing it all with the bats, getting on base via the walk, taking advantage of some inaccurate arms with some hit-by pitches, and then Kai Manick just shutting the door, cruising through the second half of the game, saving some arms for Sanzeri, even with an off day tomorrow. The offense, the bats stole the show.
To wrap up how this one went, let's begin with the pitching here. We saw some moves get made. Of course, Vinny Braga getting the start tonight, going 3 innings, but giving up 3 runs. But did have, he was coming out blazing at the beginning. We saw him get those 6 strikeouts in the first 3 innings of the ball game, but just kind of found himself in some trouble. Then you had Diego Menjivar come in, but was relieved abruptly due to an injury. Then Ethan Fillinger coming in to finish out the inning that Menjivar was supposed to pitch. And then Kai Manick going 5 1/3 innings strong. 7 hits allowed, only just 3 runs given up. 2 Ks, one walk allowed, but was steady Eddie out there for the remainder of the night.
Yeah, Vincent Braga, as you mentioned, just came out hot, getting the strikeout and really setting the tone. And it's the hardest thing for a pitcher is each time through the order, more and more data is given to the hitters and making it easier for them to make some adjustments. And that's why the pitchers being able to go so deep into games is so impressive, because hitters are just so informed and have such high IQ levels and are well coached. Like a guy like Zach Pace for the Stompers, who's been around at multiple very high levels too. And so he has that wisdom to make these adjustments for these hitters, help their hitters put themselves in the right spot. So he ran into some trouble, but I think it was all in all just a really good performance. A lot of good to take away from Braga, who really set the tone on the pitching side.
Yeah, and even too, as we mentioned, the bats, that big 5th inning that the Legends had, putting up 10 runs on Sonoma's pitchers. We just look at the offense, and once again, Oliver Hogan continuing to lead the way at the plate. Going 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored, driving in 4 with a double credited, along with a walk. As he just continues to be that big bat in the lineup, hitting in the 4-hole, just always dominating in multiple ways. And then you even get the supporting act of Aaron Lewis, who had a 3-hit game, 3 for 4 at the plate, 3 RBIs driven in, 2 runs scored with a double himself. As Aaron Lewis, he's been one of, I guess you could say, one of the most improved players that we've seen from last summer, continuing to contribute going into 2026.
Yeah, you mentioned he's a returner, and he didn't get a ton of playing time off the bat, but he was added to the roster pretty late into the season, and he kind of replaced a lot of the guys who committed to other teams and kind of got enough reps from what they wanted. So, but yeah, he's been a huge part of this offense in the middle part of the order, right? You've got Kelly, you've got Hogan, and you've got Duran, who have really made up the 2, 3, 4 spots and have done an excellent job. And it's one of the biggest wins, I think, of these last 2 games, these 2 big wins for the Legends. But to have Lewis as kind of the cleanup man, the RBI guy behind Hogan and Duran have just really taken this offense to another level.
Yeah, and overall on the night, up and down the order, 4 Legends players having multi-hit games. Aaron Lewis, Ethan Mooser, Ryan Duran, and Oliver Hogan all getting it done at the plate. And, again, just when you have a high-scoring game like that, just balances out with the pitching all around. But we had another wild one here tonight, but this time the Legends able to get it done with 16 runs scored off of 8 excuse me, off of 12 hits against the Stompers. As the final line score goes like this, with the Stompers bringing across 8 runs on 13 hits, 1 error, 16 runs, and 12 hits off of 1 error for the Legends, as they will take this win gladly and close out a nice 2-game stretch here in Palo Alto, as they will have the off day tomorrow, but it will be a travel day as they go down to face the mighty Santa Barbara Foresters. On the other side for the Stompers, they're trying to get things right here, as they're going to have a tough schedule coming up. But they will be back in their humble abode of Arnold Field, back up in wine country, as they'll see the Merchants tomorrow, and they'll see the Crawdads on Saturday. And again, it's a flip-flop with the Merchants as they'll face off against them again on Sunday, and then they'll close out their 4-game homestand to end the month of June on Tuesday against Walnut Creek. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to tonight's coverage of Menlo Park Legends baseball here on the Menlo Park Legends live stream network. The Legends getting their 6th win on the summer with the 16-8 victory over Sonoma. As alongside my partner Spencer Tracy, this is Philip Hall on the call saying so long and good night from Palo Alto. Make sure to catch us again as we return here on Tuesday when the Legends take on the Merchants, as we'll have all the coverage for you here on the Menlo Park Legends live stream network. Good night, everybody.